Yung pang vape na to, pwede na itapon to.
No? Bakit may tatapon? Meron akong vaporizer. Tatapon.
Ayun, isa raw yun sa mga karakteristik ng mga hoarders.
It's not hoarding, it's you.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Catalina and my husband's name is Bernard. If you're new here, our videos are all about how to do things, how to enjoy life, and how to deal with what life throws us, good or bad, and everything in between. And I think one of the bads for us is really how to keep our house neat and tidy. And I really have to research on what is the difference really between collecting and hoarding. So if you will keep on watching, I will try to discuss everything and also show you our inner secrets of how we, I guess, hoard. But for my little collections, I'm just gonna show you this. I have a little crystal here from Princess, my sister-in-law. Those candles from my co-workers. From my co-worker Kim. And this little candle also from my BFF Angie. This flower is from my daughter last Mother's Day. That's a golden flower. And this cake topper was made by Mel when they first announced that I'm gonna be a grandma for the first time. We had Jax. And that elephant is from Thailand. Those goats were from Taiwan. That love candle, I bought that when we first moved in this house. That relationship candle is from, relationship cat is from Lorraine. And those are coasters also from Taiwan with our zodiac sign. And that little globe, I probably just bought that. Anyway, this frame is from from Bernard's co-worker. That little figurine there is Chichen Itza from Riviera Maya from Cancun. And those are from Finger Hut. That's mail order, 1987 when I was in New Jersey. That's from Washington, D.C. when we went there. And that's a gift also from a co-worker. And so those are little collections. And this is like a crystal ball, a little bit dusty already from my son's friend when we were in Calgary. And I consider that with sentimental value. And that Japanese bamboo is also a gift, housewarming gift from my sister-in-law, Princess. And that Buddha is 25 years old already. My housewarming gift when we were in Calgary. That little Catholic figurine of Child Jesus is from Frances, my sister-in-law. That dried flower is from my friend Mary Kit, and I've kept that for a long time also. We have moved a lot and we still have that. The Pieta is from Rome, Italy, when we went there. And that little plastic Virgin Mary is from my godmother. And those are pictures of my son and daughter-in-law when they got married. My daughter and my husband's picture. Those cake toppers made by Mel. Those are a cup from my Maala cousins in Batangas. And those are the Sakura poster from Japan when Catherine was there. The cup from my high school.
Kung talaga ay anyways, nagliligpit siya ngayon. She's trying to...
Actually, pinapakita ko talaga na may pagka-hoarder talaga din tayo.
Yeah.
Tinatago lang natin, pero
ang
I took
nga,
this
sabi
all
mo,
out.
you just wanna do
Kaya nga, kung ano yung mga,
Marie Kondo.
yung nilabas ko dito, ano yung pwede na itapon? Itong vape na to, Heart, yung pang vape na to, pwede na itapon to.
No? Bakit may tatapon? Meron akong vaporizer.
Ayun, isa raw yun sa mga karakteristik ng mga hoarders.
It's not hoarding, it's something you use and...
Okay. So what else? What else?
Ang hoarding
Anong
is
pwedeng
yung
itapon?
kagaya nito. Ito,
How about ito? Ano itong mga ito?
ink yan ang printer ko eh.
Ay di sa opisina mo
Sa
ilagay.
opisina, pero I'm not hoarding it. I need it.
Is it still okay to use?
Look. Tingnan mo may tsura niyan ha. Naka-package yan.
O ayan, sama. Ano pa? Ano pang pwedeng tanggalin dyan?
Mga kalat.
Wala naman akong kalat dito. Itong mga battery na to, kailangan mo pa to?
Oh yes, that's battery. That's not hoarding. That's when you buy two. One, siyempre. I mean, you need one.
So malalaman mo raw na na ina-acknowledge mo yung pagiging hoarder mo. Pagka alam mong hoarder ka, kasi kung hindi mo alam kanino ba yung passport ito. By hoarder. Oh, this is ay naku, dapat yun talaga. That's another episode.
Yung kotse mo dun, hindi mo ginagamit. Hindi na buhol ka rin ng kotse.
Yeah, dapat italo na yun.
Dapat itapon na yun.
No ibenta. Now, to start with the serious part of our video. So, understanding hoarding. Hoarding, in its definition, is the persistent difficulty of discarding or parting with possessions, regardless of their actual value. The behavior usually has deleterious effects, emotional, physical, social, financial, and even legal for a hoarder and family members. So for those who hoard, the quantity of their collected items sets them apart from other people. Commonly hoarded items may be newspapers, magazines, paper, and plastic bags, cardboard boxes, photographs, household supplies, food, and clothing. So number 2, what are the symptoms and behavior of a hoarder? So someone who hoards may exhibit the following. 1. The inability to throw away possessions. 2. The severe anxiety when attempting to discard items. 3. The great difficulty categorizing or organizing possessions. 4. Indecision about what to keep or where to put things. Distress, such as feeling overwhelmed or embarrassed by possessions. Suspicion of other people touching items. Obsessive thoughts and actions, fear of running out of an item or of needing it in the future. Checking the trash for accidentally discarded objects. And last but not the least is functional impairments, including loss of living space, social isolation, family or marital discord, financial difficulties, and health hazards. Now for number 3, what are the reasons for hoarding? So people hoard because they believe that an item will be useful or valuable in the future, or they feel it has sentimental value. Oh my God, that's me. And it is unique and irreplaceable, or too big a bargain to throw away. They may also consider an item a reminder that will jog their memory, thinking that without it, they won't remember an important person or event, or because they can't decide where something belongs or it's better just to keep it. Hoarding is a disorder that may be present on its own or as a symptom of another disorder. Those most often associated with hoarding are obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, or OCPD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, and depression. Although less often, hoarding may be associated with an eating disorder, pica, or eating non-food materials, and Prader-Willi syndrome, a genetic disorder, psychosis, or dementia. So now, what is really the difference between hoarding versus collecting? Hoarding is not the same as collecting. In general, collectors have a sense of pride about their possessions, and they experience joy in displaying and talking about them. They usually keep their collection organized, feel satisfaction when adding to it, and budget their time and money. Those who hoard usually experience embarrassment about their possessions and feel uncomfortable when others see them. They have clutter, often at the expense of livable space, feel sad or ashamed after acquiring additional items, and they are often in debt. So one result of hoarding is the diminished quality of life. A lack of functional living space is common among hoarders, who may also live in unhealthy or dangerous conditions. Hoarders often live with broken appliances and without heat or other necessary comforts. They cope with malfunctioning systems rather than allow a qualified person into their home to fix a problem. Hoarding also causes anger, resentment, and depression among family members, and it can affect the social development of children. Unlivable conditions may lead to separation or divorce, eviction, and even loss of child custody. Hoarding may lead to serious financial problems as well. So let's go to the causes and risk factors of hoarding. So it is not known what causes hoarding disorder, but researchers have identified a number of risk factors. Hoarding is more common among individuals with a family member who also has problem with hoarding. Brain injuries have also been found to cause hoarding symptoms in some patients. A stressful life event, such as the death of a loved one, can also trigger or worsen symptoms of hoarding. Hoarding disorder is also associated with distinct abnormalities of brain function and neuropsychological performance, distinct from those seen in people with OCD or other disorders. Symptoms of hoarding, such as difficulty discarding items, usually start during the teen years. The average age of onset of first symptoms is 13. If not treated, hoarding disorder tends to be chronic, often becoming more severe over decades, causing more and more dysfunction. Early recognition, diagnosis, and treatment are crucial to improving outcomes. So, after all this, our question is there a treatment or is there a cure for hoarding? Well, treatment can help people with hoarding disorder decrease their saving, acquisition, and clutter, and live safer, more enjoyable lives. There are two main types of treatment that help people with hoarding disorder: cognitive behavioral therapy and medication. So during cognitive behavioral therapy, individuals gradually learn to discard unnecessary items with less distress, diminishing their exaggerated perceived need or desire to save these possessions. They also learn to improve skills such as organization, decision-making, and relaxation. For some people, medications are helpful and may help improve symptoms. If you or someone you know is experiencing symptoms of hoarding disorder, contact your doctor or mental health professional. In some communities, public health agencies can help address problems of hoarding and getting help for individuals affected. In some instances, it may be necessary for public health or animal welfare agencies to intervene. I'm going to share with you some of the expert Q&As in American Psychiatric Association website, and I will share with you about 3 to 4 of them. But anyway, one of the first question was, would it be harmful for family members to demand the person get rid of extreme clutter or physically dispose of it? Would it be okay if family members just went in and removed the clutter? The answer was, In the United States, a person's civil liberties were protected. Going into someone's house, depending on the situation, may be a civil rights violation. Also, because hoarding disorder is a mental illness with an unhealthy pattern of behavior and cognitive impairments, that is, people with hoarding disorder often say they have problems with attention. Simply removing the clutter may not help. Imagine a treating person with alcoholism by throwing away their wine bottles. This is not likely a long-term solution, and the person will likely go back to drinking without professional help to treat their underlying problems. In addition, if a family member just went in and removed the clutter, it would most likely result in disastrous consequences, including rupture of trust, alienating the family member, increasing the family member's anxiety, depression, suicidality, thus potentially delaying their time to receiving care and treatment. So for the next question, there have been a number of TV shows and other media coverage about people with hoarding behaviors. Has this changed the way people in general view hoarding disorder or people's willingness to get help? So the answer was, TV shows have raised awareness of the devastating impact hoarding behaviors can have on the individual and their loved ones. It is important for those affected to understand that TV shows by their nature may not capture all the time, effort, and hard work that is necessary part of any mental health treatment program. Hoarding, which became a new diagnostic entry in the DSM in 2013, affects about 2 to 6% of individuals. People with hoarding disorder have difficulty parting with possessions, clutter that interferes with normal functioning, and marked distress and impairment. So for the next question, are there early signs that a person may have hoarding disorder? Is it primarily a problem among older adults? So the answer was, initial start of hoarding symptoms is thought to happen in childhood or adolescence. Typical onset is around age 13, and it is chronic and progressive. Hoarding is more common in older than younger age groups. Below are some early signs that an adolescent may have hoarding behaviors. These behaviors are typically mild and progress over the years. They may become a severe problem in adults in their 50s. However, not every person with hoarding symptoms have a hoarding disorder. Wow, good to know. Well, anyway, the first of these early signs are difficulty letting go of things, like throwing away, selling, or recycling, or giving away. Clutter that makes it difficult to move easily throughout the home. Piles of items that keep tipping over, newspapers, magazines, mail. Sleeping with items on the bed. Trouble organizing and categorizing. Trouble making decisions. Spending time moving things from pile to pile without letting go of items. Problems with attention. Excessive shopping or collecting free things, and not realizing the seriousness of the problem. So for the next question, does hoarding disorder run in families? Unfortunately, it is yes. Hoarding disorder is more common among people who have family member who has a hoarding disorder. The cause of hoarding disorder remains unknown, but genetics is likely only one part of why hoarding disorder affects a particular individual, and environment plays a role too. So the last question I will share is, how successful is treatment for hoarding? Can people return to normal lives? Do they need to continue treatment? So the answer is, hoarding disorder can be treated and there is hope for returning to a normal life. Typically, individuals will continue to face challenges throughout their lives. Staying in treatment may decrease chances that hoarding symptoms and clutter will return. In the description of my video, I will share with you the name of the experts who answer the Q&A. And in summary, yes, we like to see clean and tidy place or tidy house. However, we need to acknowledge that hoarding is indeed a serious problem that needs to be acknowledged and needs to be treated. So thank you guys for watching.